I'm eating pink chocolate. And what of it? I also just slabbered some on myself. Glittery pink chocolate with flowers on it. I also have a cloud one with glitter on it. Chocolate. Hey, hello, how are y'all? I hope yous are alright. This weekend is the first weekend that we are allowed to not only travel further than 5 miles, but also be in the company of like 2 or 3 households indoors and stay overnight and be, don't quote me on these numbers, but I think it's up to 15 people outdoors. Maybe 5 families or 5 households, I should say. So exciting times. I'm actually also filming a vlog at the same time as I'm doing this little video, so if I get a little repetitive, you know, you can excuse me. I have also just dyed my hair. You would see that in the vlog. I'm not doing the dyeing on the vlog, I just done it while I was doing the vlog. Anyway, this is going to be a get ready with me. I have quite a few wee new bits and bobs, so I thought why not let's try some of them and we can show you them here. Not all of them are going to be like first impressions, because some of them, even though they're new, I have tried over the last couple of weeks, so it'll be a kind of hit or miss. What I'm going to put in my July roundup, then I don't know, because I'm going to be talking about it on here. Anyway, if you like that kind of thing, then keep watching. If you like me to put some makeup on and have some chat, keep watching, keep watching. I've just finished a focus group actually with a girl I know via Instagram. I think I've mentioned her here as well on YouTube. I'll put her link below. She's doing a master's in marketing and specifically kind of influencer marketing. So she was doing focus groups for her thesis, I suppose. Is it a thesis or is it a dissertation? I'm just wondering if I should pull my hair back a wee bit to do this, because otherwise you're just gonna get my fringe in. I don't know if that's gonna be enough. I hate the day I've washed my hair, I've said that before, because it's so straight the first day I wash it. Now, I have already put on skincare, I have already put on SPF. I've used the Helio Care because it gives you the shiny glow. We've been through this. And I am going to put on a little bit of foundation today, just because I'm feeling kind of fucking fancy. So, what were we talking about? What will we talk about? I suppose that's where we start, because I haven't done one of these kind of get ready with me's in a fucking long time. I like get ready with me's. I know that as a very small kind of YouTubey guy, there's not going to be many people who are going to watch get ready with me's, and if they do, a lot of the time they'll be watching to see what products you're talking about, what fucking thing you're trying to flog them, or what look you come out with. But I don't know what look I'm going to come out with, because I don't really know what I'm going for here. I also have glitter all over my top lip now because of that chocolate. But I quite like watching a get ready with me. I quite like just listening to someone baffle on about something while I'm watching them, you know, doing their makeup, chatting to me. It's good. Get ready with me's I think are very good to put on in the background, aren't they? And then at the same time you can have a little sneak peek and see like, oh, did I like what they were talking about? What product are they on about? Why do they really like it? Blah blah blah. That was a very interesting focus group though. I hope I'm allowed to talk about it. Like, I would imagine I am. I'm not gonna like give any trade secrets away or chat about specifics that were spoke about, but it's just interesting because it was millennial women. So I believe, because I was born in 1987, it's no big shame, but because I was born at the back end of the 80s, I believe I am classed as a millennial, which to me I find a little odd sometimes, because I find like, sometimes I'm like, am I a millennial? Because the other scale of it is like people who were born, is it the early 2000s, then it changes. So it's quite a wide variance of the type of people, and I think for me, who was a teenager then in the early millennium and onwards, to people who are maybe were just born in the year 2000 and are now turning 20, don't quote me on these, like this was the kind of thing where there'll be Gen Z or whatever they are, I don't follow. The only ones I know is millennials and boomers, that's it pretty much. But the next one from millennials, I feel like we are worlds apart almost. Not in everything, but sometimes I do feel like we're worlds apart. So sometimes I'm a little like, I'm not a millennial, but I'm certainly not a fucking boomer either. And a lot of the time now, like on Twitter and things, I see people talking about boomers, or I see them talking about millennials the way people spoke about boomers. So like they're giving us a bad rap, and I'm like, oh my god, like am I that old? Shut up. I've just remembered I haven't dampened my wee sponge. I'll be back. Yeah, so basically I felt a little bit like the youth now is a little bit like they're saying that I'm old, we're old. That's a bit of a hard pill to swallow sometimes. But equally, all the people in this focus group were all millennials, so all within a relatively closer age range to me. But, you know, someone who's 25, I would still say we are probably have a lot of differences between myself, and I'm 33. So I think it was quite interesting. I have to say, we were talking about, as I say, influencer and marketing and all that kind of stuff. So it was a very specific topic. Yeah, so it was quite interesting to talk to other young women and hear their viewpoints. And as a whole, I think the majority of us were kind of in agreement that, you know, we can suss out a bit of a scam hashtag ad, or if someone's not being overly authentic with content, but equally we know this is a lot of the time people's jobs now, whereas back in the day it was a bit like a hobby for people. Like, it was just really interesting topic to speak about, and I suppose it's a very interesting one because it continues to be a hobby of mine. And recently I've found myself looking for, or I was following a scandal on YouTube, which, let's not even give that the time of day, quite frankly. But following all this scandal on YouTube, I found a lot of new beauty community people. Not new, but like they were always there, I just didn't know about them. Not because I was following the likes of fucking Mr. Star or otherwise. Absolutely not my cup of tea. But basically, I started like following these other, mostly women, if I'm honest with you. Oh, why have I went off fuzzy? Sorry. Yeah, mostly women, if I'm honest with you. And I found it really enlightening to see a lot of other beauty channels or lifestyle channels or whatever they are out there just doing this without drama, without all the fucking bullshit that you used to watch the likes of, I don't know, Big Brother for. I mean, that is really showing my age. Most people nowadays would probably say Love Island, but I don't watch that shit. So the only thing I could really relate it to would be the likes of Big Brother. I don't know if anybody remembers that. They actually started re-showing that recently during lockdown. And I was like, how did we watch this? How did we watch it and think it was, say, scandalous, when actually it was so mild in comparison to some of the shit that you see nowadays? I don't know. Alright, so that's me, kind of done my base. I've all of a sudden got very exposed again. Overexposed, that's what I should say. See, when I say overexposed, I kind of think it means in the nude. I know it doesn't, but in camera photography type term, overexposed. Okay, so stretch concealer. Two massive zits that have been sitting there for a wee while, but actually now they are flat. It's just the pigmentation that's left behind. And foundation number 7. There you go. So today, the first thing I'm going to try, or I'm not going to try, it's not first impressions for this one. It is Fenty Beauty Cream Bronzer. I had seen Kirsty from Cure Stag, who is a bilingual Gaelic. So I'm Scottish, obviously, I'm from Scotland. I probably don't talk exactly like I do in my videos, because in my videos I think I try to be a little more clearer, so my accent isn't as broad. If you heard me speaking to my mum, who's from the East End of Glasgow, you would be like, who are you? Like, you sound completely different. But equally, I went to high school up in Fife, which is a completely different accent. So if Glaswegian people sound a little like me, but then if I go to Fife, they'll say, oh, you sound dead Glaswegian, you sound like a Ouija, you sound dead Ouija. That's what they say. And then if I'm like here and say it's a patient or something, and I'll be talking and they'll be like, where are you from? Because there's something not quite Glaswegian about, there's something there. And I'm like, yeah, I'm actually from Glasgow, but I went to high school in Fife. My mum still lives up there now. So I do have a slightly funny accent. And then at 17, I moved back here. At 19, I moved to Newcastle and then was there for a year and then went to London. Then went back to Newcastle, then came back here. No, went back to Fife, then came back here. I'm a bit of a mongrel, let's face it. But anyway, so Kirsty, that was a nice diversion there, wasn't it? Kirsty from Cure Stag. I'm going to put her link as well down below because I don't think I'm pronouncing that right. It's a bilingual Gaelic and English speaking lady. And she is from up in the Highlands and Islands. And it's really important, I feel like nowadays, especially in my generation, nobody speaks Gaelic. The same way like you have Irish Gaelic as well. And a lot more people in Ireland speak Gaelic than we do here in Scotland. We just don't do it here in Scotland. And I actually live round the corner from the Gaelic school here in Glasgow. Or one of the Gaelic schools. So basically, I'm like, I think it's important. Like, why do we not teach our kids Gaelic? We should. We absolutely should. And I love that Kirsty does that. Anyway, Kirsty, the point is, she was talking about these, the cream blushes. I picked this one up in Butter Biscuit. See it again. This is the thing with a Scottish accent. Butter. I would say butter. Or you would say butter as well, like butter. And it's Butter Biscuit. So it's like very American. It's very like Butter Biscuit. And my American accent is crap. Absolutely crap. Accents, American accents. I kind of like American accents. Depends on, let me tell you about the bronzer first. Yeah, so Butter Biscuit. Now, I picked this up. I have used it. I've gave it a whirl. I've tried it with a brush and a sponge. Unfortunately, so far, I'm kind of like underwhelmed, if I'm honest. I don't know if I've picked up the wrong colour because I'm almost like this is a little too tonal, like it's a little too orangey on my skin. I did have macchiato in the basket in my Boots order. I think I maybe should have went with macchiato, I'm not sure. But Kirsty, who I was talking about, has fair skin and she has like red hair. So it seemed to work on her, this colour, so I kind of just took the plunge and tried it. But we'll show you it on. I will do one side with a stippling brush and I will do one side with a sponge so you get the picture. Yeah, so American accents are funny, aren't they? Like, that's not just a random, like, I was just thinking there when I was saying Butter Biscuit. They're quite, like, I quite like some American accents. They're really, really distinctful? No, that's not a word, Alana. Like, distinctive. You can notice them a mile off. I think Boston. I can't do that one either. And I really like kind of, I say old-fashioned New York, but I'm thinking of like kind of old-fashioned Bugsy Malone or like Dick Tracy cartoon characters of gangsters. And they're like, New York, you know, New York. Like, I used to love Goodfellas. Like, they used to talk like that. I quite like that. That's quite cool. I don't know, do people still speak like that? I suppose now, talking about reality TV shows earlier, the likes of fucking, is it Jersey Shore and all that? Does that still exist? I don't know. They probably speak a bit like that, no? Anybody who's American watching this, I apologise profusely. It's not with any offence I'm saying this. I'm just putting this on the places. So last year and in previous years, I've told you about the Body Shop gel bronzer that was in honey bronze and I adored it. I used to think it was really nice. The reason I loved it was because it gave me, who does have fair skin, that kind of like you've almost just been sun-kissed, like a little red tinge, not just orangey, whereas I feel this is very golden, like golden olive toned almost. It's not quite right, and I like that it has this dewy effect, but there's just, I just feel like I don't get what I was expecting from it. And you can clearly see it on this side of my face and this side has nothing. But it's just not hitting the mark. For the price of it, I was a little underwhelmed. And I don't know, maybe because I've picked up the wrong product. I think wear time and stuff like that, because I've tried this on a few times now. It's nice. But I just kind of expected more from it. I don't know. Clearly my hopes were too high. I'm trying to think of other American accents that I like or kind of know about or am aware of. I suppose, do you know what? I'm sure I've said this to you before. I listened to My Favourite Murder podcast, and those two women, Georgia and Karen, are from LA. LA, like I got really Glaswegian in there, are from LA, and basically they sound really like what I remember Clueless being like, because they have like, yeah, like totally, like, oh my god, and they have actually called it vocal fry, and apparently that's an actual thing. Like, you hear girls who come from California, LA, etc., they can totally talk like that, and it's like this fry, and their voice just sounds like this, and I was like, that's fucking exactly, yeah, I get that, vocal fry, I understand that. Right, this side I'm gonna go in with a sponge. I have used this sponge before with it, so we shall see, we shall see. Now, when you put it on a sponge, it does look much darker than it does on the brush, but when you put it on your face, again, little underwhelming, unfortunately. I think I said, I've done a little boots haul on IGTV. Again, another thing I fucking can't stand, haul. People in Scotland don't say haul, we don't say haul ever. We'll just say we went shopping. I think nowadays the youth in Scotland will probably say haul, because it's a very Americanised thing that's been brought over here. But we would generally just be like, you know, I went to the shops, spent a shitload of money, bought hundreds and hundreds of stuff. But so you can kind of see it. I just think it's a little underwhelming. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, I'd done a little boots haul, and I said the reason I'd never really bought anything from Fenty Beauty was because it was very base based. Does that make sense? Like, it was wonderful, very refreshing to see the number of colours that she put in her range when she launched for foundations and things. But as someone who doesn't wear a heck of a lot of foundation, and when I do, I prefer it to be on the more subtle side, sheer almost, I wasn't overly enamoured, or wasn't like, wow, amazing, I need to try that. I did see her bring out some quads of not quads, what would you call them? 6 eyeshadows? 6 doublets? 6 quads, 6 quads? I don't know. I better drink this before it goes cold. So yeah, I seen these like 6 quad eyeshadows, 6 quads, can I say that? That she brought out, and I thought they looked quite interesting. She had eyeliners out last summer that were really interesting colours, and I'd seen Raw Beauty Christie talk about them, but when I actually seen her applying them, they applied horribly, and I thought, no, not something I'm going to spend my money on then. Obviously she had like the highlighters, they were too frosty for me, I wasn't into that. And the lipsticks always looked really, really good. So when I seen Kirsty speak about these and the cream blushes, because me and cream bronzer and cream blushes are like that, love them. So when I'd seen her speak about them, I thought, oh, I'm gonna give that a go, it looks really good. I was totally influenced, put it that way. Speaking about that again. But I don't know, what do you think? I mean, it's all right, but I don't think it's anything wow. And for the price of them, I'm just a little underwhelmed. I will continue to use it. I think if I had any more colour on my face though, like if I actually went on a hot holiday and had went abroad, this would have been absolutely useless to me, and also so many finger marks on it already. But this would have been totally useless to me. It would have just been, it would just be the colour my skin was. So I think I've got the wrong colour. But is there anybody else that feels the same? Did you buy this and then think, actually these aren't everything that they were hyped up to be? Because I've seen so many people hyping them up, so many, and I'm just a little like, it's all right. Now, I am somebody that does my base before my eyes. I know a lot of you young influencers and YouTubers now, you like to do your eyes first, and I say that, but then actually a lot of the women that I've found recently who are probably of a similar age group to me, actually a lot of them do their eyes first. A lot of makeup artists have done it over the years, but this is just the way I've always done my makeup. I always put my base on first, and then I do my eyes. I've just always done it this way, so sorry, but that's just how it's happening. This is just the MUA blushed in Misty Rose, but I always think it's much more of a coral colour. So I'm putting that on, seeing as we're going with a kind of bronzed glow today. I don't know how this is going to go with the eyeshadow idea that I have. Wait, and I'll show you. So I ended up getting quite a few parcels today. I ordered a few bits and bobs. My second order of beauty pie arrived today, and I only, like this time I didn't get as much stuff. I only picked up a few bits. Reason being, because, sorry, I'm just making another bit of chocolate. With you only having so much allowance, you can like stack it up. So like if I didn't use any of my allowance one month, then the next month that would be added on, which gives you a bit more to play with. So I thought what I would do would be like kind of stack it up this month, and then next month I will have more money to pick up a few other skincare bits. And I don't really need any skincare bits now as well, so. This is really good chocolate. It's like white chocolate, it's pure sugar, but it's very tasty. Yeah, I had a really good post day because I got my second order from Miss Vivienne, so more lingerie for me. And I also got the beauty pie, my latest in beauty box, and oh, does anybody remember blog sales? So when people were like in the minute little beginnings of bloggers and influencers and YouTubers, sometimes people would get sent stuff, or most of the time people would buy things, and maybe they would buy, you know, a few things out of a collection, but then realise some of it didn't suit their skin tone or it didn't work with their skin. And people would have blog sales where basically they would come on and go like, I've used this lipstick once, it's free to a good home, or I'm going to sell it for a £5 instead of the £25 that it cost me. And so this girl was on Instagram, and she is somebody who happens to receive PR, and lucky to receive PR from a very big company. So this is NARS Climax. I will use this later on, and she was doing like essentially an old-fashioned blog sale, and she was saying it's never been used, it was sent to me in PR, I've tried it before and I don't want it, so does anybody want to buy it? And it was £10, so it is cheaper than the amount it would be if I bought it out of a shop. So I thought, you know, why not? I have really wanted to try the NARS for a long time, the Climax, and just, I almost bought a mini one once and I was like, really? Like, why would I bought? So when I seen it, I thought I'll grab that. So I got that as well in the post today. So it's been a good day for post, but, or mail, if you're American. It's a good day for mail. My American accent is terrible. I picked up from Beauty Pie this time. This is they do perfumes. And this is their little set of eau de parfum. I think their perfumes are supposed to be akin to that of like Byredo. I don't know if everybody will know who that is, but that sounds really condescending, I don't mean it that way. But Byredo are a brand that you can see in lots of places, but Space NK in UK is where I have seen them. And basically they are a super expensive brand for perfume, but like Jo Malone, etc. And this looked kind of similar. Their big sizes of these look like Byredo, so I thought, well, we'll see. But good for little like travel size, and then you can think, well, would I spend full price on one? For my eye look, I'm going to use one of their Wondercolour cream sticks. Last month I picked one up in On Taupe, and this month I picked one up in Choco. So it's a proper deep brown colour, like a really dark brown colour. So I'm going to try and put that on my eyes and make this look some sort of cohesive look, but we shall see. Now I did really enjoy the On Taupe one, but it just wasn't the colour I expected it to be, but I imagine this is going to be really dark, so just forgive me if this goes a bit shit. I am not a makeup artist, I am just a mere woman. I like to play my makeup, so, you know. What was I got? Oh, it's very dark. Okay, we'll make it work. It'll be grand. Yeah, so I've started following a few new people, and actually, weirdly, mainly American people. And actually, if anything, over recent years on YouTube, I've stopped following American YouTube people that do YouTube, because they became a bit unrelatable, and not all of them, obviously, but I just found myself going and following UK people more, because I don't know, it just seemed a bit more, they were talking about things that I got and I knew about and I understood, and Americans were just always a little bit OTT. I don't, please, I'm like, don't be offended. I just thought a lot of people were always a little bit like, bah! damn, glow to the gods, like, oh my god, like, and sometimes I don't like watching shit like that. I like just normal people, like, blethering about shite that's happened in their day and what they like, and honest reviews and stuff like that. So I've came across one woman, oh my god, she's fucking hilarious. So fucking funny. So she's called Teresa, and she's Teresa is Dead. Now she has about a following about 30,000, 35,000. So she is not like by any means a tiny YouTuber. She's actually got a very massive following here, but she's just so down to earth and so interesting to watch. And when she's sitting doing any of her looks and stuff, she's just telling you about her fucking day, and it's hilarious. Or she was getting drunk the other day, like she does drunk, is it drunk bingo or something? She does all these videos that are just fucking hilarious, and she as a person is just so fucking enjoyable to watch. Okay, so there's like a wash of that. Now I don't think that's too bad. It's a little bit rock and roll, I suppose. It's a little darker. I would maybe add another layer. What do we think? It's not bad though, I don't mind that. It's still a bit more cool toned than I expected it to be. Yeah, but Teresa's Dead, go and check her out. I'm saying that like, I've got what, 300, not even, I've got 299, I fucking looked the other day. 299 followers, and I'm like, go and check this woman out, she's got 35,000 followers. Fucking ego much? Anyway, so no, she's really good, she's really enjoyable. I also found a lady called Cara C, who was very enjoyable to watch, and Emily Han and Audra at Home, all wonderful. And that was off the back of a few different people, but Jen Loves Reviews was the one that pointed me in the direction of Teresa is Dead. So fucking hilarious, love her. I'm gonna put another layer on just to see how this goes. I do like these little sticks though. I love a bit of like, just put stuff on and wash it out and go. I prefer that. Anyway, what were we saying there? Yeah, I did used to follow quite a few and interact with quite a few UK YouTube people. Someone who I still watch is Gina from GG Sparkle. She's lovely. Like, personally, I don't know her obviously, but we've chatted on a couple of occasions, and her little channel, I think she's got about 2,000 people now. She maybe even has more. Her channel, she's just adorable. Like, she's such a nice, like, I just think, I watch her and I think, you're a nice sort, you're a nice soul, so yeah, you're lovely. She's really lovely to watch, and she's very down to earth and very honest, and she does kind of more budget beauty, which is nice. Yeah, so I think with the darker colour, certainly maybe 2 layers is a bit more effective, but I quite like that one as well. That's quite nice. I'll maybe run a little bit underneath my eye as well, and then they've all just kind of fell away. I suppose when it's a hobby, life gets in the way, doesn't it? Like, every now and again, you know, I'll put a video out and then 3 months later I'll be back being like, oh hey, life's got in the way. That's allowed. It's not your job. It's very difficult to be like making it a priority when you've got other stuff to do. I still watch Michaela McDade from Miss Budget Beauty or Diary of a Spendaholic, and I still watch It's M channel with Emma Mallard. She's fucking lovely too. Again, just another person that I watch and I think, you are just a good sort. You are a nice person. I would like to be your friend. You are lovely. Michaela, I've just got a lot of kind of respect and admiration for. I think she's really kept to her brand, if you want to call it that. I think she maybe lost her way very, very mildly, and she says that herself, because she was trying to do something that she probably wasn't. But it didn't make me want to unfollow her. It was apparent she wasn't enjoying what she was doing, whereas now you can see she's really enjoying what she's doing again. I've got really overexposed again, haven't I? Hold on. Sorry, when I changed the battery there, I forgot to put it back on, like, don't auto white balance or whatever. Fucking techie shite you don't need to know about. So I'm just going to use, this is Urban Decay West. It's really old, but still does the job. And I'm just going to tight line in here with that, because I always think it makes it look like your lashes are much thicker. Even if I'm not wearing any eyeshadow, I would still tight line before I put mascara on does it's like a wee trick, it's a wonder trick. So yeah, I still really enjoy watching Michaela. I think she's great. There's a couple of other UK people, like there's people I followed over the years and then I gave up on and went back to and gave up on. Still like Anna Edit. I'm kind of falling away for her a little bit at the moment, but not because of anything she's done. I think sometimes you just like have little like fits and starts, don't you? Well, I quite like watching smaller channels because I feel like those people are a little more, they don't feel they have to put a performance on or become someone. Whereas if it's people who have been doing it for a long time, you kind of get to a point where you think either you followed them for so long that you trust what they say, or you followed them for so long that even though you're not on board with their content anymore, you still have a little loyalty to them and you want to keep following them. Or, oh, the brush on this is huge. This is the kind of brushes I used to love. So, excuse me, I might have my mirror in front of my face here. I'm sitting back a little. So yeah, you either kind of get to a point where you think, well, I'll believe you because I followed you for so long. You feel like you've invested the time, don't you? You trust them, or your attitudes just change slightly and you don't want to stop following them because you want to give them a chance and be like, maybe one day I'll enjoy your content again. Like I've nothing against you as a person, but I've just kind of went off it at the moment. This is Borderline Spider. Very voluminous, and even like from afar I'm like, yeah, that's effective. But you come close and there's a borderline spider going on. Let's see. I don't know what's happened. Like there's a few people I just have kind of fell out of my love for. One of them being Alex from I Covet Thee. And I think when people are of a certain size, a certain audience, they feel they have to, they don't have, I'm pretty uncensored. Like I'll tell you what I think. I wouldn't come on here and tell you absolutely everything because it's my life, and I think there's some things you got to keep to yourself, particularly problematic or touchy subjects. Like I wouldn't come on here and start ranting and raving and airing my views about religion or politics, even though it's fucking Tory bastards. Like, don't get me wrong, I can say things like that and have a laugh, and I'm pretty uncensored. I imagine like people who are in the position of big influencers probably feel they can't say that, or they feel they have to overly become a bit of an activist. Does that make sense? And I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but very simply put, if I started following you because you were talking about skincare, makeup or clothing, and now all you do is talk about politics, I'm going to probably stop watching your videos. And that's not aimed at any one person, but I just feel like now everybody feels like they have to be involved in very sensitive topics because they are so widely spoke about, and I don't think that's a bad thing. But I also think when you followed someone for a completely different reason, then that wouldn't surprise me if you went, oh, you know what, it's all getting a bit too deep and meaningful, I don't want to follow that person anymore. Nobody is ever all right or all wrong on a subject. I don't think that's the case at all. There, what do we think? That is some pretty impressive mascara, but ever so slightly spidery. We'll keep this in the arsenal. We'll give it another go. I will let you know my views. Skincare by Hiram. So this is one person who I followed, very much enjoyed videos, felt he had very educational videos as well as funny videos, and was someone I could watch and go, oh, I like this guy, he's good. And personally, I obviously don't know him. Like, I don't know, he might be a total cunt in real life. I'm sure he's not. I felt like when I was watching his videos, he was almost condescending at times, and I'm sure that is not what he meant at all. But the constant kind of like, you shouldn't be using anything with fragrance in it, you should, like, people at the moment on a number of situations and topics are very divided. You are either for us or you're against us, and I'm talking about skincare, so it's very different when we're talking about much more serious things that are going on just now in the world. But you're either for us or against us. You either think the same as me or you don't. And if you don't, then you're a fucking scumbag and I don't want to know you. That's how I feel things are at the moment. Like, you can't be in a grey area. And obviously when that comes to some of the topics that are going around in society at the moment, then I understand that. But I think everybody now, everything is a little like that. Like, you cannot say anything without someone becoming a little offended in some way or another. Getting kind of, you feel like you're almost being spoken down to because you're using some sort of fragrance in your skincare as if you're stupid. It just put me off watching these videos. It just made me think, like, I don't want to watch you anymore because you're so staunch in your views that you won't allow other people. Like, it's not like he's sitting being like, this is how I feel about it. It was very much like, you should not be doing this, you should not be doing that. And that put me off watching him, because as a 33-year-old woman, I do not need someone telling me that I am wrong. They can tell me I'm wrong and inform me and educate me. That's absolutely fine. Like, say to me, you know, these are the realities, this is why you shouldn't probably use fragrance, it can do these things. But equally, these things are tested, these things are the allergens, these are put in legally, that they have to name these things, and these are the things that they don't have to name. But it doesn't need to be there. It's purely for marketing why they put fragrance in. You can inform me on that on a product, that's fine. But don't then tell me I'm a total fud for still wanting to use that product if I like the fragrance. Does that make sense? Got a bit rambly there, didn't we? That's what a get ready with me is all about. So I've put my lashes on, not put my brows on yet. Do you know what? I'm going to go back to the e.l.f. Wow Brow, because my, what do you call it, Glossier Boy Brow is very much on the way out. And I bought this Wow Brow before Boy Brow, and this is still going strong. So just so you know, I feel like you maybe get more usage out of the old e.l.f. Wow Brow over the Glossier Boy Brow, and I really like Glossier Boy Brow. Yeah, so anyway, as I was saying, I feel like there's certain people of a certain standard, of a certain, what's the word I'm looking for, on a certain platform on YouTube at a certain height, that they probably feel like they have to address every single topic and social climate that is being spoken about at the moment. And I think there are certain people who are the complete opposite. I think there's probably people who just stick to what they know and what they do, and in the current climate that's becoming a little unrelatable, because young people want to know their views. They want to know that the person they're watching is aligned with their views and ethics. So it's a very difficult place to be just now. But I stopped watching a few people because I thought, this is just getting a little too political. It's not for me, that's not what I came for. And maybe that says volumes about me. It's not because I thought they were wrong or I thought their views were invalid. I just thought I come here for a little bit of solace and to watch people talk about mascara. Like, I don't want to always be listening to someone standing on their soapbox, if I'm honest. Okay, so we're going to try another new product, and this was from the latest in Beauty Box. Now, this is the Lottie London Freckle Tint. Now, you know I love a fake freckle, but I've seen all kinds, like Freck. I think Freck were the first ones to do it. All kinds of places and things and brands doing fake freckle stuff. And I have never used one of these liquid ones. So I'm going to do what I normally do and paint some dots on my fingers and roll it across my face and see if it gives the same effect. Ooh. Oh, this is like straight up just drawing spots on your face. I don't think this is good. What do we think? Oh, look, the one on my nose is so obvious. That's a bit better. I don't know if I like that. I think it's a little bit obvious. Whereas when you're doing it with powder eyeshadow, I don't think it's so obvious. I'm not sure this is for me, to be honest with you. I think I might keep doing it with my powder eyeshadow instead. Okay, so highlighter. It's just going to be the same old, same old. I'm going to use the Burt's Bees because I love it and it's my favourite and it's what I'm going to stick on my face. Let me know if there's anybody else you think I would enjoy and should be watching, or does anybody feel similar to me just now? Do you feel a little bit like it's a very fractious planet out there at the moment, and it's difficult to air your views without offending people, or like a lot of the time I think text is like, context is lost in text. So like on Twitter, all I see, and Adrian from the Sunday Girl blog said this as well, she actually messaged me and I was talking to her about it, that it's like everybody's just looking out for a fight. That's all they want, and if somebody doesn't agree with you, you're a fucking asshole, and you're this and you're that and you're the other thing. And actually they don't even know you in real life, and they don't know anything about you, and you don't know them, so why let it bother you? She was saying she's coming off Twitter because it was like that, and I was like, I just don't let things like that bother me. I just don't, you know, if somebody wants to presume this thing about me, let them, because they literally don't know me. That's what I say a lot of the time. 2 options for lips. Now I picked up another matte lipstick from Beauty Pie, and this one is in the shade Guilty Girl. This looks exactly the same colour. Oh god. And the other one I've got is from Fenty Beauty, and it's in Tang Thang. We're going back to this horrific American accent of mine, I'm sorry. Tang Thang, so in Scotland, yeah, you're like Tang Thang, but it's like Tang Thang, Tang Thang, is that what you would say? And I think this is a very dinky, like maybe I'm wrong, I don't know how much per gram this lipstick is, but I feel it's very dinky. Now I did give this one go. It's a bright orange Tang Thang, obviously like orange soda, that kind of colour. Will I go with this? I don't know if this is going to be too, but we're going for like a summery bronzed out look. Nah, probably not. These are the sheer like slip shine, so they are pretty sheer but very juicy. That has actually went on nicer than the first time I tried it. And the first time I tried it on, I had a very orangey eye on with it, and I don't know if the two together just made it a little too much, but I actually quite like that. That's quite nice, and it's juicy. Juicy, I like it. Yeah, okay, let's go with that. You will hear more about the Beauty Pie one. Wait, I'll just swatch it for you at least, so you can see. That's it there. Maybe a little more mauve, a little more like a deeper colour. The other one's much more of like a nude pink. This is maybe slightly deeper. There we are. That's a little bit better, isn't it? So as I was saying, as I drink the last dregs of my cold tea, what do you think? What are your thoughts? And is there anybody that you think I should be following? That's probably what it is. Yeah. Just some roundup thoughts. Roundup thoughts. I don't even really know how to end this now. It was just a little get ready with me chatty thing. But what will be coming? Skincare Sundays, skincare Saturdays, whatever you want to call them, are still being filmed and still very much in the pipeline. So I'm quite pleased with myself with that. And I don't know what other videos I'm going to be making. I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing. As I say, I have a vlog coming your way, but that's about it now. And now, I suppose I'm going to go and figure out what I'm going to have for my dinner, because I actually don't have a clue. Alan is working late tonight, and it is now 6 o'clock. So I suppose I should go and investigate my freezer and see what I fancy having. But anyway, I'll see you all again in the next one. Hope you enjoyed this. Give me some comments down below. Let me know what you're up to. And I'll see you all again soon. Bye.